Welcome back to the 31st annual Capital of Texas Open. We're sitting in the 6th event of the Hot Tour. We are going to be hitting the back nine. Seth Talbott at 21 under, Fredy Meza just behind him, 19, Tanner 13, and John Willis at 12 under. It's going to be exciting back nine. We're going to get going with first hole, hole 10, pretty much a demanding par 3 that's you pretty much have to get. There's no ifs, ands about it. This whole back half is you need to get if you want to make a move against Seth here.
It's kind of a birdie fest.
A little bit.
That's where you're going to get most of your birdies. The front nine, you're just trying to get a couple under and just set yourself up for the back nine. So yeah, hole 10, 315 feet, pretty straight up. From this, it looks like it's a sidearm play, but most people go for the route on the right side, kind of throwing a hyzer. You get OB on the right. The rocks are not out of bounds, but the concrete drainage in the middle is out of bounds. So you got a little bit of wiggle room on the left side. But yeah, here you'll see Fredy throwing his Sublime Alpha out on the right, which is, that's exactly what you want to do. He might have pushed it too far. Oh, no,
he's going to be just fine.
I'm wrong. Fredy, yeah, that's perfect.
This is usually the play when it's not as windy as it is today.
Oh, when it's so windy, you push right to that OB, but Seth did a pretty good job of just kind of stalling that out.
Yeah, he's probably a little bit shorter than what he wants, but he's going to be just fine. John.
It's just, yeah, I feel like that backhand hyzer is just a little bit easier.
It definitely is. It can be tight right at the initial, probably say 15, 20 feet. You got to avoid that tree right there.
Yeah.
And once you get that wind's just going to push you towards the basket.
Yeah.
You'll be just fine.
Yeah.
What are you throwing here, Tan?
Going back to my 4th run Apex Alpha.
Yeah.
I have a blue and an orange one in my bag. My blue one's my more overstable one.
Yeah.
I throw that a lot out here on this course. I threw it on the last hole. Yeah, that's, I mean.
So do you think, that was a good shot. Do you think your outfit actually dictates which disc you're gonna throw? You're like, this, I got a blue disc.
Absolutely.
And I don't know.
Absolutely.
Throw some, yeah. I've done the same. I've even done the same with, if it's a green basket, a yellow basket, I'll throw my green putter, I'll throw my yellow
sometimes
putter.
you just gotta, you
gotta match the vibes.
Yeah, you gotta match the vibes, absolutely. John spitting out right side a little bit. Seth, that's just, he left a little short.
Yeah, it was a commitment issue on that one. He's definitely,
jams back
he
in
shakes
there.
the hands with the basket.
Yeah.
He's definitely that type of guy.
Yeah.
You can see you left that one low.
Yeah, you can see he was a little upset about that one.
Yeah.
Because he's giving up a little bit of strokes in the, Fredy, he had a 9-stroke lead on Fredy to start this round, and I think at this point, Fredy is 1 stroke behind him.
With that bird right there.
Yes, with that bird right there, he is 1 stroke behind him. I am 6 strokes behind Fredy and 7 strokes behind Seth right now. So, we're making as much progress on Seth as we can. He's probably starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Hole 11, 705, another par 4. You got to throw through this gap. You got OB on the right. You got the drainage on your left. You got OB if you go too long. This is a good score separator. You can catch early off the tee and go out of bounds, or just put yourself really far back. These next couple holes are some good separators. So you'll see Fredy going, okay, he missed. That's the common thing you'll see a lot of times is people just hang it a little bit too wide and try to play more of just a straight hyzer, and they catch that shrubbage.
And just drop straight down OB or leave themselves well over 500 feet to the basket, which is asking a lot for a birdie save.
But I'm going goat.
Yeah, which windy, I think is a play.
That's so good.
And those goats are so stable, but that shows how much wind there is.
Yeah.
That made that
thing just looked, that is not that straight, but we had a pretty good little headwind here. There you go. Yeah, see how everybody's keeping it low because there's that headwind. It's just kind of lifting it up and keeping them in the air.
And for how much grass this is, it actually is pretty quick. So it will throw you into that middle culvert where.
If you're on too much hyzer, you'll get that skip and go out of bounds. Yeah.
John leaving it.
See, that's multiple people that you see flirt with that right side. It's so easy to do.
Yeah.
And you'll see, look at that.
Even though he hit the
if he was another
foliage, yeah, he would have been OB.
Fredy ranging it, even though he could probably do this shot with his eyes closed.
Looks like a bobcat.
He's going. That's kind of dumb.
That's
he's
demanding.
the furthest one out, and he's going bobcat. Sit.
Sit. He looked. It sounded like you said it earlier in the round, trying to give him some extra help at post round.
Apparently, I'm a noodle arm or something. Got a disc up.
Yeah, going with that same alpha looks like.
It matches the fit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to do that.
Hang it way out. Let the headwind come. Get in it.
There you go. Give yourself a circle look.
Yeah, my mom was there. This is our first time watching me throw. Whenever I turned around, she looked at me and she was like, "How'd you know it was gonna come back? You threw it the wrong way and it just came all." She was loving everything, loving everybody throwing the frisbees. It was awesome. Seth, just another part job. Put himself in another birdie look.
Yeah, give him an opportunity to kind of separate from Fredy a little bit. Fredy gained so many so fast.
John put himself in a good spot. It's kind of tough to throw on that hill. The footing's can be a little challenging at times, but he threw a pretty solid shot.
Yeah. Fredy has a foot in the rocks.
Yeah, the rocks are inbounds, so it's just the solid concrete down in the middle that's out of bounds. So he's running this. The wind kind of died down for a sec. You can see the flag kind of on top of the basket, and he just left it a little low. He's probably a couple feet above the basket on that little hill, so he's putting downwards.
Gotcha.
John, you can see it for him. He had a little left to right wind. Maybe that, I don't know, affected him a little bit. But that was a putt you definitely expect him to make.
Yeah.
Fredy tapping in for his 4. John for his 4 as well. Then, yeah, see. And then me and Seth are dropping in our 3s.
Yeah, sometimes those putts that John made, they don't really give you confidence, because if you're just getting over, you're like, wow, what a...
Yeah, absolutely.
So even the short ones, you want to hit just like that.
Especially when it's windy like this, just do your routine, take your time.
Mm-hmm.
Every putt counts right here, especially in this last little stretch.
Yep.
Pretty solid. 2 pars, 2 birdies. That's pretty good for hole 11. Hole 12 coming in as the 12th hardest hole on the course. 550 feet. You're throwing out most of the time on this right side, throwing some sort of hyzer, backhand hyzer. You're landing out in this middle short grass. You can also go sidearm or turnover, and then you're throwing across over to another island. You have OB right in that drainage where you see like the concrete. The road on the left is also out of bounds. So it's not a super demanding shot, but if you're not far enough up on this fairway, on this first shot, it can make that second shot a little trickier.
Yeah, and if you're not playing this OB as far as just hanging it over, you're going to get more and more away from the green, so making that second shot even a little bit harder to land with speed control. Because the closer you are to this that OB green on the right side, it gives you an opportunity to throw a slower disc.
It does make it a lot easier. Yeah. Seth, that's a good shot, but you're really far left, which just makes that shot going across just that much tougher. Yeah,
it changes it from like potential putter mid-range to almost a mid-range fairway.
Especially with the wind too. I'm sure we have some sort of, I don't know, tough wind, so it just makes that approach going across. Yeah, I think we have maybe a little bit of a right to left.
Yeah, based off of the flags, that's definitely what's going on. And as I said, with the hole being on your right side, that becomes a headwind in that case, making that hole a lot harder.
He crushed this drive. Yeah. I played a practice round with him, and he threw up there, and I was like, nobody really tries to throw that far in this hole. You don't really have to, and he just kept doing it. Yeah. But it just went so far.
Opens up the hyzer for him.
Yeah.
Opens up the sidearm.
It's actually a pretty smart play.
But you have to play that OB tall grass. You have to be willing to throw over it.
Yeah.
Sidearm here.
Yeah, I was just a
little short.
Yeah, I was in a weird spot.
But
that was the best shot to kind of work with the wind.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to hang something on the right side and get caught up.
Yeah, being on the dance floor in this one is just fine.
Fredy doing what most people normally do, but yeah, he comes up a little short and he misses it. So now he has to rethrow from this side of the island.
Yeah, and with that headwind, too much hyzer just smashed it down. He wasn't able to get the flight
That's why
of
you
it.
kind of see, I'm sure Seth's going, he might be going fairway right here.
Yep.
And, okay, he stays in bounds.
They're real generous with that line.
Yeah, you just don't, the closer to the out of bounds you can be on that first shot, the better, because it makes this second shot a lot easier. John probably going.
Yeah, John going with a putter here.
I think he's going.
Oh no,
mortar.
too much action.
He's going mortar.
Yeah,
he
too
throws
much
that
action
disc a lot.
Yes.
Green flag that one.
Yeah, so that's a good shot. Now Freddie's got to go back. So he's back here throwing another shot, and it looks pretty
close.
Good.
He's definitely in the circle, but if you're putting for bogey right there,
I think he's outside
happy.
the circle actually, and that's not. I mean, he's trying to make a push.
He's right on the line, yeah.
Sit.
And that is going towards the OB. Oh no. So that rolled into that drainage ditch there.
Too out of bounds. That's not what you want.
No. Yeah, especially when how close he was to Seth coming into this hole. That's not something you want to make a mistake on. You're sat. That's a tough run with a low ceiling, elevated basket.
It was tough. I didn't want to miss and go OB long either. John with a three look. There you go. It's good correction there.
Yeah.
Not two in a row. Come on.
Yep, there you go. Not two in a row. Do it once and that's it. That's enough. Move on. Seth.
Ooh.
He said he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, he says he knows Fredy went OB twice.
Fredy went about 60 feet under this drainage thing. He had to crawl, or I don't know if he crawled in there or if I went under there. He had to crawl all the way under there to get his disc.
I think your fit was too fresh for you to be crawling under there.
Yeah, you're right. You were probably
like, you probably offered, but then.
Yeah, just to be nice.
Just to be nice, yeah.
So he drops in for, God, what is that? Is that a 7 or an 8? Oh, there goes Fredy. Yeah, he's going.
He's having an army crawl in there.
Look at him.
Good thing he's not very
He just
tall.
doesn't even care. He is the best person to play golf with. No matter, I mean, he was within 1. I think that kind of almost took him out of it there.
Yeah,
and he still
he pretty much went from 1 to 5 strokes out now.
And he's still smiling.
And he's fine.
He's just out there having a good time. Hole 3, one of the shortest holes on the course, 260, super tunnel. This is I don't want to say it's a must get. It feels like a must get because it's so short, but it's also so hard to adjust to this hole when you're playing a bunch of open holes, and then you go to a super tight fairway, you're throwing a putter.
Yep.
Yeah,
Michaels did a great job of just giving some variation on this. This is the redesign of Met Center. John Houck and Michaels originally designed about a couple years ago. They got the redesign. So now this new section adds more trees, adds a little bit more elevation, more water, which you didn't think this course needed more of, but it did. And I think it's a good addition to this course. You don't see too much of these shots out here, so
it's a good little heat check. It lets it if you're playing hot, this is a good hole to see how hot you're playing. So if you can play hot and get this hole, then you're feeling really good. But, I mean, you can see I think everybody here, nobody made it super far down.
No, and
I said 3.
Yeah, so Fredy getting a little shaken up here on these last couple holes, but obviously he's not visibly distraught.
No.
So he seemed to keep it cool out here. He seemed to keep it calm. So the fans want to know what are your things doing to kind of keep calm in these like pressure situations? What do you seem to do out there to just, you know, reset the mind after a kind of a big hole that Fredy just had?
I mean, I think Fredy shows it off perfectly. You just can't take disc golf too seriously. You know, you got to just smile it off sometimes. But just putting yourself in those situations, you know, the first couple times you're probably not going to play well, but you learn how to play with the nerves. I do a lot of breathing stuff. You know, I try to control my breathing, and at the beginning of every hole on the tee pad, at the end of every hole, I take deep breaths. I mean, yeah, just try to focus on what you can control and kind of forget about everything else.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a, you know, short memory on this game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hole 14, 673 feet, par 4. This is one of my favorite holes on the course. You want to try to push something off the tee, maybe hyzer flip to slight hyzer off the tee pad. You want to push straight for about 280 feet at least, just to get through the gap, and then you're kind of pushing forward and maybe trying to go left a little bit. I'm sure everybody here is throwing distance drivers, just trying to rip it and trying to hug that tree line on the right side. Just, I mean, does it get any better than that? That is,
off the stump.
He skipped off the stump. See, that hurt him, because now that far left side is,
yeah,
it
more
pinches
harder
you off a little bit.
Yeah, it's for the next shot. It makes the hyzer a lot harder because the ceiling is so low. Would you throw longhorn here?
I went that same goat I threw earlier.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was just kind of vibing with it. And Seth, I mean, it's just, yeah, that's the shot right there.
Yeah, Seth keeping a little bit lower than what you like. He's not going to get the forward push, but he's going to be just fine.
Fredy going goat, I think, as well. I think goat's a good disc for this.
Yeah, because you can push that tree line and knowing it's going to hook up before then.
Yep, and you know it's not really going to flip up.
Yeah.
And Seth, see, you don't, that's
low.
Oh, okay. He got
very fortunate.
Yeah. You go too far left and you're almost wasting a stroke just to get out.
Yes.
Fredy goes goat again. I think that might be the same goat he threw off the tee.
Fredy taking the same route. He said the portal's open. I'm going to take it.
Yeah, he makes it a little bit further up there. Probably a circle's edge, or just outside the circle putt. See, this is where if you're too far left, then you have to throw like some sort of stall spike hyzer or something, but it's just really hard to do with the wind.
Yeah, and the grass is so thick on this green, so getting that skip shot, trying to rely on that is kind of not the play.
That's pretty
John
good.
does a great shot going over the top of that. That is such a demanding
Those trees
shot.
are really high, so a lot of times you catch way earlier, but I mean, that's pretty good.
To be able to get the forward penetration with getting that height is impressive.
I'm going back to that blue alpha again, the Apex alpha.
Yeah, fit check.
And I'm just,
There you go.
Yeah, that disc is...
That's on, that's working for you. That's, if one disc is out here is working for you, you stick to that.
You just gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
Fredy with another birdie opportunity here.
So much spin.
Yeah, I mean, that's just outside the circle, and he doesn't even barely uses his legs. John with another good putt.
And John pretty much an opposite type of putter with putting in legs, arms, everything. He throws in all his body in his putt. Fredy is just throwing the wrist in there.
Another good 3 there. That one felt good. This is a tougher 3 for sure. This one feels good to get. Seth, another 4. A couple drop-ins.
Yeah, Fredy tapping in 4. Hole 15, looking at par 4, 606, demanding tee shot with tons of water on your drive. You have to land on this small peninsula on your left side and then throw again over the water onto this onto this ridge here. And the thing about that ridge, it steeps off to the right, and that's tons of OB. Steeps off to the left, you got the woods. So you pretty much only have a circle landing zone on that top side. John here, he's throwing on this left side. You see where those OB flags are, so being right there is good.
Just be on the flat ground.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be on the flat ground. With this hillside here, if you're on that hillside, your footing is so weird to the point where it makes the second shot almost impossible.
Yeah.
You're just aware.
It's fine there, but it's not the most comfortable.
Yeah.
Being a couple feet to the right is a little better. And at this point,
Seth doesn't like this one out of the hand because it's dropping so fast, and
that's out of bounds.
That is out of bounds.
He has to take that back
pretty far.
A good bit. And at this point, Seth is 22 down.
Yeah.
Fredy is 19. I'm 18, and John is 15. So, I mean, Seth's got to still be playing good.
Yeah.
We're both kind of catching up on him. He's slowing down. Me and Fredy are both playing pretty solid. And then right here, I mean, he's way back.
Yeah, and he only progressed maybe 150 feet off the tee, and so he's looking at a big shot. And he's throwing forehand because
probably at least 400 feet from the basket.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's still.
I mean, he's outside the circle.
He's still outside the circle.
We got the crowd over here on the right side hyping everybody up. This was from the start of the tournament, you could hear these people were over here just cheering for everybody on every single putt. You would hear them all the way across the course. So this was a fun hole. Yeah, you can hear it. That's just.
Yeah, it's great getting your three here in front of this group like this. You know, you get to hear all the screams for you. You get to hear all the cheers for your good shots.
Yeah.
Right there, exactly. All these guys, that's exactly what they come for. They come for good shots.
This is the Austin community at its finest right here. They just love seeing their friends play some good disc golf.
You know, they even make the bad shots seem okay.
Yeah, they made this hole an absolute blast.
Oh,
that's a good bid from Seth.
Yeah, with that tailwind there, might have dropped him just a touch.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
But he committed, especially with
Fredy, you get another stroke on him. So just like that, so boom, Fredy gets another stroke on him. Yeah. Seth is dropping in a bogey right here.
Yeah. And that's that crowd. Look at that. That's what you kind of want to play for.
You just feed off that energy right here.
Look at Fredy, he's loving it.
Yeah, he's loving it.
There you go. Got someone calling out your name.
Yeah. This was a fun. But it's this is a nervy putt.
Yeah,
you know, you have the galley right there. It's a good time. Look at that. The local love right here. Yeah, that was a fun hole. Everyone was talking about that hat. That's that rare bubblegum hat. Everyone was telling me it was the hat. John. Good putt there. Yeah, he'll take it. There you go. So Seth takes a bogey there. Fredy gets a birdie. I get a birdie. So going into 16. Fredy's 3 off, and I'm 4 off. 16, 355 feet. Pretty much straight with a fade. You don't want to hang it out too far to the right because, as you can see, the basket is on the left side. Slightly slopes down to the left. This is one of the. It's weird. It doesn't seem like it's tricky, but it's one of the trickier par 3s on this course. I feel like to get the distance and the height and everything right is tough.
Yeah, and for only being 350 and essentially no trees in your way, you actually can't even see the basket. That tall grass and the slight downhill slope block the view of the basket, so you have to actually just trust your landing zone, trust your instincts of where the basket is.
And I think we have a left to right wind here, so so it's keeping the disc from fading. So you have to go early, which is hard to do because
you have to
sometimes the wind goes down and then you fade and then you go out of bounds. So it's a tough one to kind of commit to.
Yeah, and it slopes slightly left, And so if you do leave it too far inside, it's guaranteed OB.
Yeah. See, you can see him. He just kind of left it a little too wide.
Yeah, and probably any other day he's looking at a 10-footer rather than a 33.
Yep.
Seth looks like he was going with a 12 speed. He saw everybody's reaction.
I think he's throwing that pink Firebird.
Yeah, left a little short.
So yeah, there he is too. There's another one short. That's the common spot, I feel like. This is one of the first times I think I've ever actually parked this hole in a tournament. Because I'm normally over here. It's, I don't know, the wind's always...
There you go.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. He just, every moment where one of us was kind of making a little stretch on him, he just clutched up.
Yeah, he was able to capitalize there, which is pretty beneficial since Freddie's looking at another 2.
Get up.
God, look at that.
It's just
so
on the pole
smooth.
the whole time.
It did not
Just,
have no variation in that
just
flight.
was on the pole the entire time. Laser beam. No big deal.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah. John circles edge.
That's looking good
That's
too.
a great putt.
Yeah, that's a great camera angle to catch catch the angle of these discs coming in.
Yeah.
To really see how these guys putt.
Yeah.
And the differences in them. You saw 3 great putts.
Yeah.
About to see
one all right putt.
One all right putt, but an even better drive than those guys though. So.
Yeah, this was fun. Some of those people from those tents were following us at this point, so
yeah,
we had a good little gallery here. Yeah, it's a fun finishing couple holes. Hole 17, another par 3, 649 feet. If you go dead straight, you're going into that water, so you got to throw a slight turnover, or you're throwing some sort of flip up sidearm or sidearm hyzer. You mainly just want to slowly drift right, kind of putting yourself into a placement shot and then throwing a second shot. Most people go throw a hyzer on the right side over the long grass, but if you're in a weird spot, some people go flick on the left side. I'm opting for this sidearm off the tee, trying to just play something pretty overstable and just hit it flat and let it work.
Yeah, with this wind that's actually going towards the basket, so you really just got to put up something high, let the disc just do its thing in the wind.
Yeah, and that was perfect. Yeah, that was right where I wanted to be. That's a good spot. Yeah,
I had the opportunity to actually throw lobster here.
Nice.
With our newest flippy mid-range.
Yeah.
And I just threw it up in the sky, just let the disc work, and probably my furthest drive ever on this hole.
That takes, I think, a lot more skill than the sidearm for sure, throwing the backhand turnover. Yeah, I mean, if you nail it, you're further than any other good sidearm for sure.
Yeah.
John going sidearm too. So you can play. He played a little bit more of a spike, and that's a good play too. You don't have to go the lower line.
Yeah, no. If you trust the high hyzer, especially on a very stable disc, you know it's not going to get too squirrely on you. That's getting a little squirrely though.
That got a little lucky.
That got a favorable kick from where he could.
But even from back there, he's probably you can still take a par from there.
Definitely. But now he's back in birdie range.
Yeah.
You know, able to keep Freddie away for 2 more
He's
holes.
going for it. Yeah, so there he is throwing over the long grass. Long of the basket. Oh my goodness. See,
that's bullseye all day.
You can't be mad at that. He's just playing good golf. Freddie, another great shot, a little short, but that's Freddie range. Yep. He's making that.
Yeah, he threw a little bit slower disc than Seth did, so he didn't get the same groundwork. But you're throwing looks like that same alpha.
I felt so dialed with it. Yeah, it was just
right there, right in the bullseye area.
Right where I wanted to be.
So John's might be going with that mortar.
I think mortar, yeah. Or maybe some sort of fairway, but he goes a little long and catches that water behind the basket, which it comes up pretty quick.
Yeah, and with the OB, there is a little flat area he could have landed on, but he missed that and went straight to the water.
There Freddie goes. Right in the heart. So another birdie for Freddie. I think, John's trying to figure out where he's got to be a little frustrated.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty consistent, but he
just had a couple holes where
he could have definitely made more of a move and put some pressure on Fredy.
Yeah, you can. That's not what he wanted. He's a little upset about that.
Good tap in for you.
Yeah. That's a good one to get to. Seth and another just so good.
Seth is. He's laughing now. He knows he only has one more hole to play.
He knows he has one more. He's letting up a little bit.
Yeah.
Hole 18, the final hole. This is a great finishing hole. It's a little bit like you're throwing from out of bounds, going onto the first island, and then you're throwing again onto the second island where the basket is. Ideally, you want to get, I don't know, 400 plus feet off the tee pad, throwing some sort of like hyzer or hyzer flip. You have water on the left side, long grass on the right side, so you do have to throw a controlled shot, but yeah, final hole. It's a good time. At this point, I am 19 down, or I'm sorry, John's 14 down, I am 19 down, Fredy is 20, and Seth, oh, I'm sorry. John's 15, I'm 20, Fredy's 18, Seth is 24.
So on this drive here, you definitely want to get left because that's kind of where the bigger gap is. But you don't want to get too far left because you have, of course, the OB creek, and then Fredy is playing with this OB right side.
Oh my goodness.
And it looks like he landed in it. There's no skipping out of that. It's just the thickest grass.
I don't see Fredy like making big mistakes like that, so I don't know if he was trying to actually go for the big spike hyzer, but he throws straight shots so well. I'm so surprised that he just didn't go up the middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, he hung that out too wide, and I don't know if he ever crossed in.
No, it looks like he might have to go to the short pad for the next shot.
Yeah. John, that's a great shot. Textbook.
And that short pad is still about 500 feet.
It's about 500 feet, and so yeah, he was out of bounds. At this point, he has to make the island to secure second place.
And it looks like he's going for the 500. You have to cross about 100 feet of OB, and he got 99 feet of it.
No way.
But it looks like he crossed inbounds in the island.
He crossed inbounds, but
landed.
He got taken. He doesn't
short
even
him.
care. That's such a big time shot. Like that's huge. 500 feet.
He crossed inbounds on the island, so he will be able to take a putt at it to save his bogey. But
but it's still a far putt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seth, great shot.
John throwing a lot higher than I thought he would here. Works out though.
That's fine. That's perfect. Flicking Sublime Bobcat. Just tossing
he picked out the blue one though.
It was just blue. It had to. There it is. That's what I wanted.
Hits
right
the
there.
koozie. Yeah. That's how you finish her.
Yeah. That secured my second place over Fredy there. Look at that.
He's on the line. He was just a half inch more. He's inbounds.
Yeah. As much, I mean, I always want to give, especially to Fredy, I wanted to give that to him, but it's just, it's not.
Yeah, and for all the AMs out there, the painted line is the beginning of out of bounds, not the last point.
You have to be touching something inside.
Yeah, it's not the last point of inbounds. That's the beginning of out of bounds.
Here Seth is to tap in his multiple stroke lead and victory.
Yeah, well, it's just
first A tier in Austin.
First A tier in Austin,
that's
and
huge.
Seth Talbott got it, and at least the Texas guy got it, and that's.
Yeah. He used to be an Austin guy too.
Yep.
So great.
He's definitely familiar with this property.
And he shot. I mean, he deserved it. He shot lights out. I think he probably averaged, I don't know, 1040 or something at this tournament, 1050.
You're tapping out. Got your
Gentlemen,
easy
the winner of
three.
the 31st annual Capital of Texas Open, Seth Talbott.
There goes Mitch Justice out there giving the trophy to Seth, and he has run this tournament for so long, has given up everything for Austin disc golf and this community, and we're happy to have the first A tier in Austin under the Hot Tour, under Mint.
Under Mint Discs.
Yeah,
doing it right.
Yeah, we want to
Doing it right.
congratulate Seth Talbott.
Yeah.
And we want to thank Mint Discs for putting on this such a great tournament. Thank you all for watching. I want to thank Live Oak, all the Hot Tour sponsors, and pretty much anybody out there making this happen.
Yeah.
So see y'all next time, guys.
Thank you.